Is this you? Well, fear not. Forever forgotten are your days of being bullied and beaten. Today, you're gonna learn just exactly
how to capture by Spess and
The captain is a very broad and all-encompassing role, so while there's no clear and exact method, let's hit a brief overview of some very meta-level ideas. If the station explodes or is completely destroyed, you goofed up good. Doesn't matter if it's CE's fault, RD's fault, or even NUKIE's fault. The station is your precious baby, and there's a lot of baby killers about, and you best believe they have double-bladed energy swords and the worst of intentions.
Grandmother!
But it's not all bad. You'll have 6 heads of staff along with the AI that'll govern, dictate, and manage all of the details of the station's departments for you. Assuming their jobs get filled, and also assuming when they do get filled that they are actually competent. If CE can't do Atmos and there's no Atmos techs, congratulations Cappy, you've been demoted. But it is oh so worth it, because without a figure of authority within a department, you either get absolutely nothing done, or the utmost evil creations ever seen by mankind. Making sure your heads of staff are performing their duties well is essential to keeping everything running smoothly, so you want to keep them in regular contact. The best way to keep track of your heads throughout the sprawl of the station? Forcibly implant them. What are they gonna do? Refuse? Yeah, right, RD. Good luck with your teleporter against even a lowly Greytide or Mime. You're gonna get gibbed eventually, buddy. This little syringe is sometimes the only way the captain and security know something goes wrong. Just remember that at times it isn't exactly foolproof, and there are possible counters, such as the radio jammer. Despite forcing strange chemicals and tools into their bodies, you still want to have good rapport with the heads, as they are the intermediaries to the true heart of the station. If you are a general dickhead and act maliciously upon your authority, the crew can smell it. Every evil intention, every fully armored captain with mag boots on a green shift, every failure to answer their needs or to even sit and chat with them will be noted. In general, good vibes are usually met and received with good vibes. If the crew likes you and favors what you are doing, it goes a really long way. And if all else fails, I've never seen a good old-fashioned medal ceremony go wrong. Yet. So how do we manage this complex web of friends, foes, and possibly even some fuckers? Why, through the very same gift that made humans transcend the caves and plains to the robotic sex toys and automated insurance claim deniers.
Language.
Having access to every single channel, communicating over the radio at all times will ensure you know what's going on where and how it's going down. Need something from your heads? Ask them. Someone needs something from you? Reply to them. Nothing makes a crew happier than hearing a solid game plan from their captain, and nothing makes a crew angrier than... Now that we have a firm grasp of our expectations, let's dive into the particulars of any ship, starting with gearing up. You're going to want these basics in your inventory right at the start. Crowbar and wrench and maybe a screwdriver, food and water, a disabler, a flash, a flashlight, some handcuffs, some oxygen, some meds, and some smokes to help you store smaller items like the captain's rubber stamp. The captain also has with him some immaculate drip, the best of which being his robustly well-defended captain's carapace, his insulated captain's gloves, and of course, the captain's gas mask, for the distinguished captains with the gray side. Personally, I find Captain much easier with set glasses, as I am able to tell who is mind-shielded and therefore trustworthy. I do not think this is being overly power gaming, especially now with the fake mind shield PR, but hey, who am I? You're gonna want your saber on your hip for style points, as well as making sure you have the captain's antique, infinitely recharging laser. Bitch so special she comes in her own damn case. Last but not least, the 3 items that make you the king of command. The command door access remote, the sick-ass captain's jetpack, and the holy grail itself, the nuclear authentication disk. Lose this, and you may not only lose your station, but your pride as a captain as well. There's some things you're going to want to keep in your room, however, like your armored spacesuit, your spare captain's ID, and of course, Renault. Not all of the items are completely for yourself, as oftentimes stations come with 1 or 2 pinpointers that track the nuclear authentication disk. I always like to give 1 to Hoss, 1 to Hop, and if there's a lucky third, 1 to the Warden. Now that we're all geared up, let's make sure to give the station a warm welcome over on the comms console. Say whatever you please. You are the captain after all. Just be aware that first impressions are everything.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Nicely done. I can't see it, but I'm sure that wasn't racist. I hope. Next, let's go and introduce ourselves to all the heads while making some important key deliveries. Getting silver and gold to Psy from the vault, money to cargo, buying tracking implants from cargo, and then to Sec for our last bits of gear, as well as trading Hoss a tracking implanter for ourselves for one of our pinpointers. After some brief introductions and some government-mandated vaccines, you're pretty much all set to go for the various dangers of the station. Act accordingly and respond to threats with the proper amount of care. Just remember, if you go down, there's a good chance the station goes down, and with all of your fancy and powerful gear, you are indeed more valuable than the lives of other crew members. So remember to weigh your losses. Here's some key things to keep track of. You have a laser. There's no need to go gung-ho all the time. Hang back and eliminate threats from a distance. Those are luxury shoes. They are not made to get bloody. If you have a security team, use them. Do not be the first responder to dangers that could risk your life, like NUKIES, syndicates, or revs. And also try not to travel alone for extended periods of time. And if you have to go into mates, bring a buddy. Speaking of mates, never jump into disposals. I'm sure you can guess why. The captain, when paired with his station, is a highly maneuverable, extremely armored powerhouse, but all on his own, it only takes a stun baton and a pair of cuffs to turn you into a frozen corpse. So, on the topic of senselessly beating the fuck out of captains, let's discuss how to handle the absolute biggest threat to captains everywhere.
NUKIES!
As the captain, you are the main target of the NUKIES, which is why each and every NUKIE is equipped with a pinpointer that tracks the nuclear authentication disk. In Space Station 14, fights are determined through 3 main variables: speed, numbers, and gear. If you have faster speed, you will win. If you have more numbers, you will win. And if you have better gear, you will win. Captain versus 1 NUKIE. NUKIE has way better gear, the same speed roughly give or take, and the numbers are the same. Definitely edged in NUKIE's favor unless the captain has some sick stun skills and the NUKIE has no counterplays like freedom or EMP implants even. 5 NUKIES? Versus 1 captain? NUKIES have better gear, better numbers, and in this example, roughly the same speed. NUKIES all fucking day, literally 100% of the time in this case. Once the captain is captured, the NUKIES will be so geared. It's usually game, set, and match if they can get a good position for the nuke. Now, 5 NUKIES versus a captain, his AI, and his loyal crew of about 70-ish people? Now we're talking about fighting chances. In War Ops, this is very simple. At the start, stay far away from the outer edges of the station and more towards the center around key checkpoints like medical or cargo. As fighting goes on, stay with a decent number of crew for not only bullet absorption, but to give the NUKIES a good reason not to bum rush you. This will allow you to slow the progress of the NUKIES and control their rhythm and pressure, allowing you to take as many pot shots with your laser as you'd like. If they disable AI, congratulations Cappy, you've been demoted again. Enjoy your new role as the station's bolter of doors, slowing NUKIE progress wherever they may try to go. Remember, your remote works on all access doors like mates or common doors, as well as command doors, which make for highly robust defenses to stand behind. Try to keep your armored spacesuit somewhere nearby in safe custody, as it's too slow to don it right away, but when spacing gets real during NUKIES, it will eventually have to be equipped. Drill these into your mind. Speed is the name of the game. If the NUKIES can't catch you, they will never win. Ape is strong together, not apart. The crew will save your ass time and time again. Even if they don't like you, they don't like the NUKIES even more. Take your time to save the crew instead of fighting gloriously. And when you do eventually fall, the crew you saved shall pick you right back up. The NUKIES are extremely geared. A competent NUKIE team with a serious agent can tank thousands of damage and still be fine. Like any good boss fight or edging session, the longer it takes, the better it will feel when you finish. So take your time. NUKIES, unless something goes horribly wrong on either side, is a battle of attrition. The one who damages the other more than the damage they receive will eventually win the war. Now, in regular ops, the same rules apply. Just pray to God you don't get ambushed, and you'll find the crew transitions very easily into war ops mode. So now you understand your basic goals, methods, and even some robust fighting techniques. There's still one important thing that many Antag and Command mains often forget. Fun! As the captain, yes, the station is important to keep smooth and running, as the majority of people's fun experience depends on it. But there is a certain point you cross where the determination to win comes in front of telling and partaking in a story. I have a perfect example of where I did just this. As I was trying to get some good captain footage for this video, and literally every time I go captain, something absolutely hilarious happens to me, and I die, and I don't end up making it to the end of the shift. So, in my desperate craving to have one successful day, I'm doing all of the steps and protecting the station to the best of my abilities, and then all of a sudden, I get a message over the radio. Well, there goes my smooth day. I call evac and survive the test loose, giving out insulated gloves to whoever I can so that I can save as many people as possible. With only a minute left to evacuate the station with a dead crew member in tow, the test loose directly behind me, I see a fucking red suit on the evac shuttle. Stress level? Immediately, my instinct is to disable this guy and get on with our shuttle ride, which I end up doing. Didn't take much effort at all and was rather anticlimactic and honestly super boring. Come to find out, this is the only brave soul in the world who wanted to roleplay out a scenario with a red suit and only a Mosin. They were practically harmless. I definitely didn't need to arrest this guy right away, and should have let him have, at like the very least, some epic speech before I robusted his ass. It's for the culture, man, the culture. He pretty much calls me cringe, to which I low-key agree, but in the moment I was embarrassed, so I was just like, red suit may bring go. It's not all about winning. It's about having fun, too. You are not only the leader of the station, you're the leader of the fun train. Admin events get interpreted through you, the Antags play the game depending on you and your team's responses. Everything flows through you at the end of the day. It can be at times even draining when you feel drowned in responsibility, but being a really good captain not only makes you feel good, but brightens the station's day as well. Don't take it from me. Just remember there are some incredibly high powers that can dispose of a captain that aren't your typical Antags. Some of them aren't even bipedal. Some of them aren't even of this plane of existence. So what are you waiting for, Captain? Get out there and command your station today. Thank you so much for watching until the end. You are a true Spess enthusiast. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel and allow me to continue making these awesome videos, hopefully full-time in the future. We've already hit 900 plus subscribers, which is insane growth for a brand new channel, and it is a personal best. I couldn't believe it, and we are about to hit 1,000 subs probably after this video. It might have already happened, you know, I don't know. And some upcoming plans for the channel as we are moving into finally being able to be a monetized channel. I plan to open up a Patreon, allow some YouTube channel members, and I'll also be doing a little ads, you know. Merch maybe in the future, just have to work out some details, so be on the lookout for some community posts in the near future. Probably give some updates there. Guys, I love doing this. I love playing with you all. I love the allowance of creativity I have not only with this channel but with this game as well, and I hope to see you soon. Eat good, live good, and always remember, Spess good. Peace!